Bonsoir mes amis, tous ceux là qui parlent français, and welcome to all of the Rendezvous de Cajuns Cajun radio and TV show. We're live from the historic Liberty Theater in downtown Eunice, Louisiana, and I'm pleased to announce that we have performing for us this evening. The first band is LeDet and Creole Touch, and the second band is Lolo Baldwin and the Lakeview Playboys. This program, the only one of its kind, is sponsored by the City of Eunice, the Jean Lafitte National Historical Park and Preserve, St. Lander Parish Tourist Commission, the Cajun French Music Association, John Gilroy Allstate Insurance of Eunice, and the Best Stop Supermarket of Scott, Louisiana. I'm Larry Miller, your host for tonight. And this evening, you know it's Saturday night, and you know what we do on Saturday night right here at the Liberty Theater. And now let's give a warm welcome to our first band, LeDet and Creole Touch, La Chalet. Hey, Brandon, the opening number, Amade Two-Step, is basically a tribute to probably the best-known Creole musician icon of since recordings began, and that's Amadeo Baudoin. And a cousin to Boisek, as a matter of fact. A distant cousin, well, maybe not distant, but a cousin to Boisek or Baudoin, vice versa. Also, while we're talking about Amadeo Baudoin, I think it's worth noting that he played sort of a foundation of music that was also accepted a lot by the typical Cajun musicians of his time, and he influenced a lot of the Cajun musicians, such as Ira Lejeune, who his first album, most of the songs were rooted in a lot of the things that that Amadé had popularized. And then Mark Savoy, I think, was one of the first ones who did the Amadé two-step. And so your rendition is quite interesting. You kind of Zydecoed it a bit, and it's working out. Okay. Brandon, where are you from? Where'd you grow up?
I grew up over there on the west side of Lake Charles, right between Westlake and Sulphur, right there.
Okay.
A little settlement called Marsville, Louisiana.
But your roots are a little closer to Eunice here, right?
Yeah, both my sets of grandparents actually moved from out in this region, out in St. Landry Parish, when the Great Migration was going, to where people were leaving farming to go and work in the plants and stuff.
Sure.
Out there, leaving to Houston, leaving to go to Lake Charles, all them places. But one set's from Opelousas, the other set's from right there in Mallet. And, that's basically where
and where?
Mallet, Louisiana, right there.
Okay, all right. Okay, right here, so you feel very much at home. So how long have you been playing accordion?
I'd say I've been playing probably about a good 12 years now. I think since I started from beginning straight up.
We've been seeing you around for at least 15 years, and Brandon LeDet, a good mixer and a well-known young man who's coming up in the Creole Zydeco world. All right. The next number is Cofad. It's an old Creole number that Boisek or Baudoin had popularized, and then and it was probably in the Creole repertoire for some time, but he was the first one who actually did a good recording on it. All right, Cofad, let it go.
All right.
I say, I need your love, I need your love. And I need your love, I need your love. I need your love, I need your love. I need your love, I need your love. I said, yeah.
That tune was also on Ira LeJean's first album, and it shows the connection with the Creole composers of his day. And also, it's great that you're hanging on to your ancestral roots with a contemporary new wave twist to it. So that's great. That's great. All right, we're going to go to a well-known icon and his dad as well, Mr. Classy Balou Jr. That's him, and his dad, Classy Balou Sr. And I think most of you should recognize the name. Classy has been a very well-known icon in the Creole and Zydeco music for a long time. And Classy, you live in Lake Charles?
Yes, sir. Sure.
All right, all right. Classy has got a banged up left shoulder, and you can tell he's trying his best not to use his left hand, but he couldn't help but said he wasn't going to do it, but he's still doing it anyway. So, so one of the times I saw Classy perform was with the last gig that Clifton Schneer did at the Plaisance, at the Plaisance Festival. I was there in the audience, and it was quite a memorable occasion with the goodbye song that he did. And you were going strong then. You were really...
Well, I'm still going strong.
You're still going strong.
Yeah, I'm just a little down today.
Yeah, you just gotta hang on to that. Okay, and I'm sure you've done some recordings with some of the well-known musicians.
Oh yeah, I've recorded with. Well, everybody knows I was with Vous for 11 years, so I recorded all his albums, and I also did Zydeco Joe. And I did some stuff with Gino Delafosse, just about all of them, you know, from time to time. Keith Frank, all of them.
You pretty well bumped in all the well-known Zydeco and Creole musicians. Mr. Classy Balou Jr. from Lake Charles. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Give him a hand. Give him a good welcome. All right, all right. Okay, Brandon, that next one is called Traditional Trail Ride Zydeco, and it's the instrumental. The tune is from the Lacassine Special, and who knows where that came from, but it's probably an old Creole tune as well. So this is kind of your wrinkle of that Trail Ride Zydeco. That's yours?
Yeah, just studying the music, and I enjoyed Ira LeJean's music so much. I had to do something that I felt that was going to be paying a good homage to that song, and also giving it some of my own flavor and everything.
So I'm sure you played on a few trail rides.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
The last time I saw Brandon play was at the at the Mardi Gras run in Swallow, the Creole Mardi Gras run, and it was about 28 degrees and the wind was blowing, and I don't know how you kept your fingers going on those steel buttons, but I can tell you I was outside pretty well bundled up. Took a few pictures and jumped back into my car and followed for a ways. So anyway, Brandon today, Trail Ride Zydeco, La Chile.
Let's get loose. So won't you come around my way? Well, like I see, it's the place I stay. Yeah!
I'll say, Brandon, you have a consistent fan out there dancing, keeping good time.
Oh, yeah, that's a good thing.
Body, huh? Okay. Well, it keeps things going. All right. Okay, that was Trail Ride Zydeco, huh? Mm-hmm. Okay, we have a young man playing guitar with you tonight, and we'd like to kind of ask him a few questions. Uncle Ben, you're not the same Uncle Ben that got the popcorn rice, are you?
Yeah, I think so.
Right. Okay. Uncle Ben Singleton, and Brandon, he's your...
Oh, my great uncle.
Great uncle, okay. Oh, it doesn't look like he could, there'd be that much difference in age, but anyway.
Oh, he don't age.
All right, he ages well, huh? Uncle Ben, where are you from originally?
I would say...
Could you get close to the mic, please?
St. Leonard Parish, around Opelousas.
Around Opelousas, okay. And then you moved to Lake Charles later?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you played with a lot of bands around?
Oh, a lot of bands, yeah. Local bands.
Can you name us a few that we would know?
Well, Clifton Chenier, I played with Rockin' Doopsie, Marcel Dugas, Boozoo Chavis, Katie Webster, and Rockin' Sydney. Quite a few other bands that I probably forgot.
So this is not your first rodeo for sure?
No.
Yeah, okay.
Been out there a long time.
Well, that's great. It's good that you're supporting your grandnephew and helping him along and passing on the music, and that's how it goes. And of course, Brandon will be talking about how he's passing it on to a cousin here as we go along. Let's give Uncle Ben a big hand for his musical history and his contributions. All right. That next one.
Thank you.
Where does Zydeco at? And Brandon, that's your rendition of, and it's based on an old Creole tune called Bonsoir Catin. Later, Zydeco Force took that song and did another different rendition. And yours is going to be a little different yet, huh?
Yeah, it's a little bit different. It's kind of like one of these John Delafosse tunes. They had.
Okay, all right. Where does Zydeco at? La Chile, Brandon's rendition.
If you ever been to Lake Charles, y'all, you know where the Zydeco at. If you've been on down to Lawton, baby, you know where the Zydeco at. If you ever been to Mamouche, you know where the Zydeco at. Down at the Liberty, y'all, you know where the Zydeco at. Well, baba ya ton mama, baba ya ton papa. We étions jolis filles, donc et mon papa, qui était pourtant à l'échec, les bébés avec les dents. Oui, oui, a été fait, oui, mais malheureux. Oh! Baby, you know where the Zydeco at. If you ever been to Appaloosa, you know where the Zydeco at. If you've been on down to Cecilia, yeah, you know where the Zydeco at. If you've been on down to Broad Bridge, my boy, you know where the Zydeco at.
All right. One correction, that was not based on Bonsoir Moreau. That was, what was the foundation for that one?
That one actually,
Popularly known as
the John Delafosse tune there. John Delafosse made a rendition of Cofair, which he did with, he actually played the fiddle on the song and had Gino playing the accordion.
Okay.
And that's where...
that's the foundation for it. The next one is going to be based on Bonsoir Catin. But anyway, very good. That's a beautiful yellow accordion you have there. Right. Okay.
One of your own.
How's that?
This is one of your own right here.
Wasn't that one that my grandson made?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of Jay's. Okay.
Come out of your shop.
Okay, that's it. All right, all right. And the other one is a Junior Martin.
The other one's a Poulard accordion right there.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And,
that's a Poulard, okay.
Yeah, and that green one, that's one of yours right there.
Okay, all right. Well, so it tells you that Brandon's been in my shop several times, and one time he brought a 7th grader, 8th grader with him, his cousin, and he's playing scrubboard tonight. His name is Lamar Richard, and I think you were about that age when you came, about 7th, 8th grade, something like that, huh? How many years ago was that?
I don't know. It's been a while.
It's been a while. Maybe you were even younger. And he was, Brandon was teaching him how to play accordion, and he bought a scrubboard, and he's also, so you've been doing pretty well on accordion, I hear. Yeah?
I've been doing a little bit.
You've been working on it, huh? Brandon, what do you think? He's a little modest here, but how's he doing on accordion?
He's going to be passing me up before I know it.
Yeah, he's going to pass you up before you can realize it, huh? And you play other instruments besides scrubboard and accordion?
Do a little bit on the drums and learning the bass too.
Drums and bass, okay. And you also grew up in Lake Charles?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So, Mr. Lamar Richard, how old are you now?
21.
21, okay. So you've been around a little while, huh? I think it's been longer than 6 or 7 years when you first showed up at the shop. Okay, Lamar Richard, and of course Brandon's passing it on. All right, the next one is Goodbye to the Kings, and that's the one based on Bonsoir Moreau. And later Zydeco Force did a rendition of it. And so Brandon, you're going to give us yours, huh? And what key is that going to be in?
This is an A accordion right here. We're going to be playing in the key of, we're going to be playing on the push side right here. So.
All right.
We'll be up in A.
E. Okay. All right. Let us, La Chalet, Goodbye to the Kings.
Boja, whoa, by Sydney, whoa, by Doopsy, Oak Cliff. Oh, by Delta. Oh, by Doopsy. Oh, Shakira.
Goodbye to the Kings. Was that reference to the Zydeco icons in the music?
Yeah,
Okay.
a lot of Zydeco icons we've have passed on.
All right. Very good. Okay. Okay, that shows you the blues influence that has been fairly prevalent in the Creole music and now the Zydeco music with the rhythm and blues. All right, we've got one more to go. And his name is Derek Guidry, and he's on the drums back there. And Derek, can you reach that microphone? And
Yes, sir.
where do you live?
Can you hear me?
You live in Lake Charles as well? Okay. You're also a Lake Charles resident?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Any relation to some of the band members here? How's that?
Not that we know
No,
of.
sir. No,
His
sir.
dad is a famous musician, though.
Okay, and that's what we were going to talk about. Your dad was named what?
Cornelius Guidry.
What?
Cornelius Guidry.
Cornelius Gilred. He was one of the well-known musicians that played with Willis Prudhomme and different other musicians.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Like
sir.
who else did he play with?
You know who would know that? Mr. Ben Singleton would know.
Play with Uncle Ben, yeah.
Classic would know also.
With Class A, yeah. Okay.
Let's just put it this way. He's been around.
He's been
still
around the block or two. So you can see the senior Creole and Zydeco musicians are passing it on to the younger ones, and we have a classic example between the drummer and the scrubboard player, exactly what's going on. So, all right, well, welcome to Derek Guidry. All right, doing a good job on the drums there. Okay, there's another little expression that comes from Cornbread, and they're not talking about something to eat, but when a Creole musician would ask, what you going to give me for my piece of cornbread, basically he was saying, what am I going to get for my musical artwork, my music, in other words, how much am I going to get paid for my song or my performance or whatever. So Bojack had popularized as well as a number of other Creole Zydeco musicians. What you going to give me but a piece of cornbread? So you're going to do one of the renditions, Cornbread, La Chalet.
The coolest, don't you? Hey, my yeah, the coolest, cornbread. Give me cornbread, give me cornbread, give me cornbread, give me cornbread. Do it. got to know. Now won't you tell me something? Now what you gonna give me for that piece of cornbread? What you gonna give me for that piece of cornbread? I wanna know now. Oh, now come on, baby, won't you tell me right now? I gotta know. I gotta know. Now won't you tell me something? Slow. I say the low rider, he ride a little slow. I say you got to take a trip. If you take a trip, when you take a trip, you're gonna see, yeah. You got to take a trip. If you take a trip, when you take a trip, you're gonna see. Zydeco. What you say? We bring it back to me, that real Zydeco. The young people today just don't play it no more. We bring it back to me, that real Zydeco.
All right, a big hand for Brandon today and Creole Touch. We're just about out of time. Why don't we do the Zydeco Boogaloo? You want to do that one? Is that a different accordion? All right, and this one is something that was done by Buckwheat Zydeco, and it has a lot of rhythm and blues in it. But anyway, it has some roots in Creole country as well. And it's going to be done on that triple roll. All right. Zydeco Boogaloo. Lachele.
we let the screw-up boy take over. Hey, Lamar. For the boogaloo, we're gonna have a job.
Brandon of the Day, Ben Singleton, Classic Balou Jr., Lamar Richard, Derek Gidry, and Creole Touch. Let's give them a big hand. That closes out this part of the show. And we're going to be welcoming the next band. Good job. Great, great music. Thank you very much. And so we're going to be closing out, then going to the next band. We want to make some announcements. Thank you very much for coming over all the way from Lake Charles. You guys did a good job.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's again give them a big hand. We want to tell you that in the month of October, a week from tonight is Cheryl Cormier and Cajun Sounds. And then on October 18th, 2 weeks from tonight, Jackie Kaye, Ivy Dugas, and the Cajun Cousins. And then on October the 25th, Johnny Saunier and the new Cajun Heritage Band. All right. And then in the month of November, November 1st, we're having a very special program. It's the 30th anniversary of the Cajun French Music Association. And that night we're going to have several young musicians going to be coupled with some of the older ones that have passed it on down to them. And we're getting some of the young musicians from all the way from Houma to Houston, and inclusive in several of the chapters, Baton Rouge, New Iberia, Lafayette, Eunice chapter, Lake Charles, Houston, and also the Golden Triangle chapter in Port Arthur, and the Gulf Coast chapter out there in that Port Arthur Orange area. All right, so then on November the 8th, Brandon Miller and Louisiana Inferno is going to be playing. November 15th, Harry and Lisa Trahan, well-known musicians, father and daughter, are going to perform for us that night. A lot of great old songs to talk about. Then on November 22nd, a well-known Acadiana area young musician, Kevin Nakan and the Awesome Playboys. Then on the 29th is Swamp Pop Night. So you Swamp Pop fans, be sure to mark it on your calendar. And there's going to be some Cajun classics, I think, with Johnny Allen and a number of other Swamp Pop musicians. On December the 6th, there's going to be a, oh, by the way, in November, one more special on Friday night, November 7th, there's going to be a special on the life and the legendary Jimmy Davis, who was our singing governor for a while. He not only was a full-time governor, but he also did a lot of great songs and performed even while governor. He's well known for You Are My Sunshine and a few other tunes that became very popular. So the admission that night is $7 at the Liberty Theater, and it starts at 6:30. And it's all about Jimmy Davis, our singing governor from Louisiana. All right, and then in December 6th, Al Rose and Louisiana Pride. You might notice there's a typographical error. It's Actually, it's R-O-G-E-R, not R-O-S-I-E-R, but nevertheless, Al Roger and the Lucky Deuces. And then on the 13th of December, Forrest Huval and his friends and one of his guest musicians will be Paul Huval. They'll be performing some Christmas classics. And on December 20th, there will be no show that night, closed for the holiday. And on December 27th, again, no show. So the last 2 Saturdays in December, we're going to take a holiday break. In addition, we do have another announcement that there are still ongoing fiddle lessons given by Henry Hampel, and they're going on Tuesdays at, I think, at LSUE all the way through December 9th, and again on Tuesdays an intermediate as well, beginning and intermediate fiddle classes taught by Henry Hampel. For information, you can call 337-550-1930. You might find one of these poop sheets on the table out there. Okay. We'd like to welcome all visitors. Est-ce qu'il y a du monde qui devient les pays français, de Québec ou bien la France? De la France? Okay, so we have folks from France, la Belgique. All right, bienvenue en Louisiane. Et puis, on vous souhaite une bonne chance ici. Do we have other folks from other states, out of staters, from wherever? Okay, from what state? Utah and where? Couldn't hear it. Oh, England. Oh, wow. Okay. Any other countries? Welcome to Louisiana, Utah, and folks from England. Any other? From where? North Carolina. Okay. And Texas. All right. Welcome to the Rendezvous de Cajun show. We'd like for you to put your hands together and welcome our next band, and that's Lolo Baldwin and the Lakeview Playboys, and we'll tell you why they're called the Lakeview Playboys. La Chalet. All right, Lolo
Yeah,
Baldwin, the Lakeview Playboys. That was opened up with the Hicks Wagon Wheel Special, an instrumental that was popularized by Aldous Roger. I'm not sure what the roots of the tune is, but sure it goes back a long ways.
I'm sure it has something to do with somebody's wagon wheel.
Somewhere down the line.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Lolo, you grew up in Lake Charles?
Yes, sir. South Lake Charles.
All right, South Lake Charles, and you have roots down on our way up here?
Yeah, on my daddy's side, most of them come up around in the Cameron area, Little Chenier.
Okay.
Born and raised on Little Chenier.
All right.
And my mama's side around Abbeville, Kaplan, back in that area.
Mm-hmm. Did you lose any relatives Hurricane Audrey?
Oh, yeah, quite a few. If I'm not mistaken, my daddy was about 12, 13, somewhere around there. So
Wow.
Yeah, he's here.
Oh, he's out here in the audience.
Yeah.
You have a brother here that's here too.
Oh yeah, my little brother's here, yep. Also a musician, very avid drummer. Lives in West Monroe, so if any of y'all from North Louisiana need a drummer, he's your man.
All right. How old were you when you first started to learn how to play accordion? Who helped you get into playing the accordion?
Believe it or not, I worked at a gas station. I was about, I think around 17, 18, probably 18. And a buddy of mine, Bill Guidry, said, "Man, you ought to hear this guy, Wayne Toops, on a cassette." Mm-hmm. And I heard it, and it was like, man, that, they just doing something different. Bought an accordion, and thanks to Mr. Eunice D'Artes and Mr. Mac Manuel and his band, Jesse Leger, Gino Thibodeau, all the old guys, August Broussard, Lisa Cormier and his band, just all the Vanacors, all of them play music. So.
You named a lot of musical icons that influenced you.
Yes, sir.
All right, okay, very good. How did you come by the name Lakeview Playboys?
We were playing at the Lakeview Park.
I thought
one
maybe
night.
it was about you right near Lake Charles or so, but not the case, huh?
Well, no, not the case. We had been to Lakeview Park quite a few times, and on about our third or fourth trip, played the barn dance one night, and Bonnie, the girl that kind of runs the show over there, asked, "What's the band name?" And another good friend of mine, Mr. Eric Oblong, looked at it, me and I said, Lakeview Playboys, and there it was. Been stuck ever since for about 4 years now. Yeah. It works actually for our area. Coming from Lake Charles, it works there also.
So a little bit of a joke, a quip turned out to be the
just a real quick one.
And how did your nickname of Lolo? What is your birth name?
My birth name is Matthew Lowell. So if anybody here has a warrant for me, you'll have to wait till we're done.
Yeah.
But my mama started that when I was in diapers. She said Lolo, and been there ever since.
Wow. So you've had it. You weren't very old when you ended up with the nickname Lolo.
That's right.
All right. That's what I've always known you as Lolo.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's do another song. Chatitude. It's originally a waltz that was sung by Preston Manuel, and the tune originated with Joe Falcone and Clomar Bro. I think there was some roots somewhere in there that came from it. So, yes, Chatitude. La Chalet.
Chatitude, j'ai d'ombre loin, chapitre, qui sont d'un chapitre, comme la mer. Je crois, ils sont allés, mais aussi loin, qui chapitre, comme un rappel, chica.
Chatitude, I think it originally was La Valse de Marie Boulard, and that's how one of the recordings that Joe and Clomar had. So that's what it's based on.
And before I was exposed to the Wayne Tubes thing, like I was telling you about a while ago at the gas station, playing that song reminded me of where I got it from, which was actually from Mr. Joe Bonsall. Mm-hmm. It was also a good old friend of mine before he passed.
Well, so you haven't lost too many of your roots after all, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's great. All right, the next song kind of brings up another young musician that you're helping along the way. Scotty Cormier. Scotty, where are you from?
From Lake Charles.
Lake Charles? All right, okay. And you grew up in Lake Charles, or kind of you have ancestries down this way, or kind of north of?
No, I was born and raised in Ragley, north of Lake Charles. My grandfather, my grandma and grandpa Cormier come from the Kinder and Elton area, and then my mom's family comes from around Roberts Cove.
Ragley is just about on the border of the Cajun Anglophone Mason-Dixon line there.
I have to say I didn't grow up in it, but yeah, we're right on the edge.
Okay, all right. How long have you
just close enough to catch 88.7.
All right. How long have you been playing fiddle?
I started learning to play about 7 years ago. About 7 years.
Well, yes. You're doing very well.
Thank you.
Very good. All right. We're glad to have you aboard. So that brings up the next song, Écorche tes pauvres, When I Was Poor. Scotty, you going to sing that one? It's a Dewey Balfour composition and recording.
One of my favorites.
All right. That's your favorite one. Écorche tes pauvres, lâchez-les.
Joli et bien capable, parce que moi j'étais pauvre, personne voulait pas moi. Et là j'ai eu la chance, que moi je m'ai fait de l'argent, n'importe où je peux aller, ça me tout courtiser. D'abord que j'ai de l'argent, ça me veut tout corriger.
Bien, merci.
All right. Quand j'étais pauvre, when I was poor. Oh, Scotty, tu parles français? You speak a little French?
Not enough.
Not just enough to get in trouble, huh?
Ouais.
Oh, okay. All right. All right, Monsieur Scotty Cormier. All right, our next musician has been around quite a while, Scotty Cormier. Mr. Chris Loyon. He's been playing with I don't know how many bands. Have you ever kept count of how many bands you've played with?
Not in Cajun music, no.
You also play, can you step up to the mic and we'll see what you got to say? All right. You not only play bass and you play rhythm and steel guitar?
Steel guitar.
All right. Rhythm, you play string instruments primarily?
Yes, sir. Sure do.
Have
Steel guitar is my primary instrument.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I've seen you mostly on a steel guitar. So, all right. Well, good. Can you name some of the bands you've played with, that we're well-known bands?
I played with Walter Mouton for several years. I played with Cheryl Cormier. I played with Jackie Caillé. I've played with a lot of them.
Yeah.
Quite a few bands.
Lakeview Playboys.
Lakeview Playboys.
That's right. That's right. Well,
but now I primarily help bands out. I'm not playing regular right now.
Just kind of fill in whenever you feel like doing it, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Chris, where do you live?
I live in Gaydon.
Gaydon. All right. Mr. Chris Loyon from Gaydon, a well-known steel guitar player, played with a lot of bands. Just a few of the bands you named says a lot about your ability. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been called by those people, right? Oh, Lolo, what do you think? All right.
Absolutely.
Okay, the next one. Lolo, you're going to sing it, the Reno Waltz. That was composed and recorded by Lawrence Walker back in the 30s, I'm sure, and 40s at least. All right. La Valse de Reno, La Chalet.
C'est la plage que moi j'aimerais marier. Et la For the bird way down Montgomery Raphael, the great black sun, the great keeper man.
All right. Lolo Baldwin, the Lakeview Playboys. Well sung. All right. And we've got a young man on this end on the steel guitar, Mr. David Hickenbottom. Yes. All right. Can you? I don't know about the young part, but yes. Well, yeah, but sure. You're still young, of course. So, David, where are you from?
I'm from Lake Charles.
Lake Charles. Yes. Okay. You're a native of Lake Charles?
Yes.
So your family pretty much have the roots right there, or you have ancestors further out this way?
Well, my father, Darrell Hickenbottom, grew up in Church Point.
In Church Point area.
And when they were younger, they moved over to Lake Charles.
Yeah. Matter of fact, there's a little community just south of Church Point named
Hickenbottom.
From your family, Hickenbottom.
That's correct.
All right. No post office, but
they're working on that.
Sign says you were in Hickenbottom.
That's next year's project.
Okay. How long have you been playing steel guitar?
I guess 15, 18 years maybe.
Okay.
In fact, one of the first people that I saw playing was Chris early on, and I was playing drums back then, and we had the chance to play. And I've always been fascinated by steel guitar, and actually by the same namesake, Larry Miller, who played with Lisa Cormier and Lionel Cormier, and my father as well.
He's a fifth cousin of mine. Yeah.
And he's a marvelous steel player, and he started way back in the early days, back in the 40s, in fact. And he's one of the pioneers of steel guitar, and he took his time to teach me.
So you learned quite a bit from Larry Miller. So it's one of your musical.
That is correct.
Godparents.
That is correct. And I mean, you pick up from other people like Chris and some of the people like Junior Martin, and then of course Rodney Miller, who started probably everything with the pedal work and a lot of the things that you hear in the steel guitar people playing today, and including the pros like Morty Broussard and Richard Como. You'll hear a lot of Rodney Miller stuff. He came up with a lot of things that the rest of us picked up on. Influenced a lot of the younger musicians. You play other instruments besides steel guitar? Well, I played drums since I was a child. I played drums till I needed another job so I could sit down and play, and rhythm guitar and a little bit of bass and so forth. Right. So. David Hickenbottom. Thank you. Okay. All right. You sing that one in? I try not to. They take the mic from me. Okay. The next one that Scotty's going to sing, I think, is Eunice Two-Step, and that originated, the original tune was Clomar Bro and her husband Joe Falcon. It was a Crowley waltz at one time, and then it was named, Bois Sec Baudoin has an original Creole name to that one as well. So Eunice Two-Step.
right, merci les danseurs. All right, guys, thank you for dancing. Yeah, the Creole tune was called Shadi Seat de Shad Là-Bas. And then it was related to the Crowley Waltz and later became the Crowley two-step rather, and then it was, okay. We have another young man here. They're hiding behind the little plexiglass panel there. Have you got a microphone? His name is Jacob Baudoin. How do you happen to have the same name as Lolo Baldwin?
I'm his son.
You're his son, okay.
Yes, sir.
That's a pretty good reason then.
Yes, sir.
We'll accept that. Okay, all right.
I don't tell too many people.
All right, so Lolo's son, Jacob Baudoin, is on the drums. How long have you been playing drums?
Since my first time on the bandstand was 4 years old.
You were 4 years old?
Yes, sir.
Well, now, that's pretty remarkable for a 4-year-old to be doing those great big old drums.
Yes, sir.
But you were a big boy then.
Oh,
He couldn't sit down on the throne back there. He had to stand up and play with his papa, Mr. Mac Manuel, and the Lake Charles Ramblers.
Wow. Okay. At age 4 years old. So it's in the genes, no doubt. And, of course, the influence does help a lot and the coaching that you've done. So you've played with other bands as well?
Yes, sir. Like I said, I played with my papa many times. And
okay.
I played with band of my Uncle Brandon. He's out there. And my dad's brother, he taught me how to play. He played with Kingfish. I sat in with them a couple times. And Ronnie Matthews and Lee Benoit. Bands like that.
You almost had to be the drummer for Brandon LeDet tonight because his drummer was running way behind schedule.
Yes, sir. I sat in with Brandon a couple times, too. I was his drummer for a while.
You pretty well knew his music.
Yes, sir.
That would have been a good backup then, since you already knew the music, so that's good.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, welcome to the club, and hope you can continue your interest in music.
Thank you.
Right. The next one is Le Chemin que t'as pris. You going to sing it, Lolo?
Yes, sir.
All
if
right.
my daughter was here, I don't know if she can make it. She's got two very young sons.
Is Brittany in here? Maybe she
no, she couldn't make it. If she was here, boy, we could get her to do it. I held her many a times right here on this stage. And
well, we'll have to accept you as the backup singer.
Maybe we'll come back in a few months and get her to come.
Yeah, just for that reason. All right. Le chemin que t'as pris. That's
Bonjour,
Lolo Baldwin, Lakeview Playboys.
Thank you.
Lolo, do you want to close out the show with the Louisiana Ramblers Waltz and Scotty sing that one, or you want to go ahead and go with the Step It Fast?
Step It Fast.
Step It Fast. All right, which was originally an old Abede song originally. Step It Fast.
Also another one that I remembered or got from the old Joe Bonsall cassette, believe it or not. I was listening to that cassette before Tubes came out. So.
That's the one I learned it from.
That's right.
Joe Bonsall. Okay. La Chalet, Step It Fast.
Just a second, he go, give me drink, I no go, give me drink, I no do, and the eat and a pitch, I mean, little bubble water, and the eat and a pitch, I get little put on it, baby. C'était dans ma compagne, je sais qu'elle est go, qu'elle me drink, I don't go, qu'elle me drink, I don't do, dans la yini, dans la bulle, j'amène yini, dans la bulle, dans la yini, dans la bulle, chaque les deux pour ton nez, et pas.